Hi everyone, Jen here. So I want to talk to you about this one subject that came to my mind the other day. I'm going to name it what transformation is not. Anyway, so for many of you or most of you probably already know my journey of healing myself from the loss of hearing back in 2012. That was the initial spiritual awakening that really kicked my butt hard to really face the truth of who I am not, right? And so I was being forced to dwell into my darkness, seeing all the parts that I didn't want to see and I wanted to escape. And I didn't even know what the word transformation meant at the time. But eventually, this is up to today. Now, back to today, I want to share with you my learning about what are some of the misconception or misperception of what transformation is. So number one, I wrote it here. Number one is not about linear growth. And what do I mean by that? So I've been trained pretty much all my life, as a left brainish type of masculine operating type of person. So when I don't see the end goal from A to Z, I don't even bother to take actions because it's too silly for an analytical, goal-oriented person to commit to something that they cannot see in return, right? But what really humbled me a lot throughout the whole journey of this personal healing is that it's actually, everything is going in the shape of spiral. So look at your own finger, the fingerprint is in spiral. So if you go into nature, the flowers, rose especially, it's in spiral. Go to the sea, the shells, the shape is in spiral. So you can find many, many, many things around you in nature is already formed in this beautiful spiral shape. And this actually really led me to think of what growth is not about, aiming from A, B, C, and all the way hitting that Z, but allowing the unexpected of what's going to happen in the unknown to lead you to the next step. So I have another analogy that I want to share with you. So this year is a tiger year. Tiger. So imagine if a tiger is in the circus and it's, oh, here's a ring, right? Imagine the tiger is being trained to jump through this fire ring, to the other side. And what he knows about the result is he is definitely going to get that delicious, bloody, juicy meat once he successfully just jumped through that performance of fire ring, right? And someday, I don't know, like another tiger came and probably going to say to him, what are you doing? Why are you jumping this fire ring? You're, the king of the jungle. You should go back to the jungle. So, how like when he was doing his thing, he was like, I'm doing my part. I'm just getting myself fed by that big meat in front of me once I jump through the fire ring, right? And this is comfortable to him. This is comfortable to him. And so if you are familiar with this, what is that called? Unconscious competent model by Birch, I think Noel Birch. Anyway, so this is the first stage of consciousness. Wow, I'm unconscious and I'm incompetent. I'm not capable. I'm incompetent of knowing that jumping through the fire ring is actually a dangerous act. And so I will continue jumping because this is my comfort zone, right? And till that day, somebody told him, hey, hold on a sec. You are a tiger. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. You know, you're not supposed to jump the fire ring in the circus. You should go back to the jungle and hunt like a king, right? So the second stage would be the tiger goes, wow, hold on a sec. I am the king of the jungle. I guess I am. And as he started doubting what he has been doing was actually right for him. And there it will, you know, there's a lot of insecurity going to come up like, okay, I know I am, you know, the tiger and in the jungle and I should go back to the jungle. But why am I doing this? But this is the only way I know how to survive. So there's a lot of insecurity in the second stage of consciousness, which is conscious, I'm getting conscious, but I'm incompetent. I am not capable of stopping this cycle of jumping the fire ring. So much compassion to this stage. So while I'm sharing this as an analogy, I'm also reflecting on my own path of how many mistakes I've done, how many times I've failed flat on my face. Yeah, a lot of compassion to ourselves. Then the third stage is once he started, you know, being aware that he's a tiger, he's a king of the jungle, and he actually decided not to jump the fire ring through the fire ring anymore. I'm gonna find another way to feed myself. I'm not going to jump through this fire ring to get that piece of meat, but it actually is dangerous to my life, right? And then he consciously and start practicing being aware that whenever he wants to jump through that fire ring, he kind of stops, right? No, in that moment, I'm not going to allow myself to continuously do this type of thing to myself. So he stops. So this is conscious and competent, being able to stop himself from hurting himself without jumping through the hoop, the hoop to get what he wanted, right? And then the final stage, which is something that we all, you know, yearn for, is that final integration. The final integration is, even though there's a fire ring that he's so familiar with, but he is no longer, you know, being tempted to jump through the ring in order to get that piece of meat. So whenever he felt hungry, he said, oh, hold on a sec. I need to hunt by myself. I trust myself. I'm going to go back to the jungle and I'm going to show myself that I'm actually able to hunt. And that is a revolutionary change from unconscious, I have no idea who I am, incompetent, I have no idea how to free myself, to all the way to unconscious competent, yes, that's right. So he's not even being aware of like, oh, you know, I have to do the hunting because, you know, he is already so good at hunting. He's been practicing what hunting, you know, how he hunts will actually feed his tummy. He knows that's his intuitive action that he needs to trust. And he's getting so good at it, it become an unconscious act to him. It's fully integrated in his being. So anyway, we just felt a little bit passionate about this analogy. So I hope this first misconception of transformation is linear. Transformation has to be, you know, has to be brought by a certain outcome that is predetermined. Maybe if you have that idea, allow it to soften, So it serves you in the whole entire process of exploration with that spiral. Oh, wait, I thought I'm that tiger and I thought I can hunt, but maybe I'm still scared of doing the hunting action. So, you know, be so compassionate with that point of yourself, and then continue on the journey of, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm able to hunt a little bit more. without worry so much. And congratulations to that part of yourself as well. So it's a journey of spiral process. Yeah. So it's so interesting because for the clients that I work with, some of them, they started with, Jen, I want to build my confidence for my career, so I'm able to, get a better career in my life. Sometimes along with their growth through that spiral process, their own consciousness evolution, just get elevated. And then toward the end of the program, they're like, oh, wait, hold on a sec. I thought building that immense confidence in myself to, go after my career is going to bring me fulfillment and peace, but actually, I don't know, a reconciliation with a loved one actually was the main one that he has to work through before he even touched that part of the career, So my point is, it's not a linear growth. It's not from A to Z. It's very much like a water. So this year is all about water, right? Water tiger year. So it's very watery, and you want to go along with the flow rather than going against the current. Yeah, I think this is pretty much what I want to talk about for the first point. So if you're interested to know more about what transformation is not, just stay tuned for the next video. And I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you later.